Fear is the only enemy, and it's not outside you. It's a pattern that anyone can trigger within and anyone can change. A decision made from fear is almost always the wrong decision, because when you make a decision based on fear, you're living in a world of scarcity of some sort. Would people rather be happy or outraged today? The overall population. You go online, you know that people want to be outraged, but why? Which human needs are met the minute you get really angry? Certainty. So it's because they're so fearful. They're so fearful, and they've been trained to be fearful because the fastest way to control a population is fear. Now, when you're feeling really uncertain, most people value certainty as a survival instinct. Then the other one is significance. How significant are you when you're ranting about how messed up somebody else is? 0 to 10, where would you put it? Yeah, maybe a 15. I would agree with you. So the two things they fear most, I'm completely uncertain what's going to happen, and I'm not enough. I can get rid of both of those by ranting, and it works, unfortunately. The only problem is it works in the moment. So it's like sugar. Sugar will make you feel good in the moment. But then what happens an hour and a half later? Boom, you plummet. And that's what happens to relationships because of this anger. This is what happens to a community because of this anger. They are angry so they don't have to feel scared. They feel like they're not enough, and they're totally uncertain about their life. Fear is what stops everybody from having the quality of their life. It isn't just stopping your business, it stops the quality of relationship. All you got to do is trade fear for faith. You were born with faith. It's already there. I'll prove it to you. How do you drive down a street with nothing but a yellow line dividing you from crazies who fall asleep, who are drunk, or don't pay attention, or are texting and cross those lines, and there's nothing protecting you but a yellow line? And yet you still get up and drive your car. Why? Because the alternative is to have no life. But if you're a leader, you might be afraid, but you don't let fear stop you. That's courage. That's faith. It means you feel it, but do it anyway because there's something that matters to you more than your fear. So if you have a mission, the game changes. The way we take dreams and make them real is we push through everything that other people give up about. And how do we do that? There's a part of you that will make that push. It just needs to be the part you nurtured more. Whatever you feed gets bigger, gets stronger. So you got to feed the best part of yourself every day. You got to demand the best part of you. You got to not settle for less than you can be or do or share or create or give. You got to not tolerate the stuff you used to tolerate in yourself. That doesn't mean you're inhuman. It doesn't mean that you don't have bad moments. It just means they're moments. They're not days, weeks, months, and years. It's not that you never come down. It's not that you never get knocked down. It's that you get up quickly. Keep moving forward. If you keep moving forward, you will achieve whatever you dream. But you got to keep moving forward. And what will hold you back is only one thing: fear. Fear you're not enough. Fear you don't know enough. You don't have to know enough. And whether you're enough or not, something loved you enough to give you the gift of life, a beating heart in your chest that you did not earn. Something in this universe, call it God, call it the universe, call it whatever you want to call it. Something expects you to become something more. That's why it feels so good to become more, to give more, to do more, to shape more, to break through, to overcome your fears, to strengthen yourself. And most will miss that incredible nectar of growth and expansion and contribution and meaning and impact and achievement because they let their fear dominate them. It's okay to have the fear. What we got to do is to be able to get beyond it and know it's just fear and not let ourselves come up with a story, because the story that protects you from your fear is also the story that imprisons you. Everyone on earth has two primary fears. Jot them down. Fear number one, we're not enough. We're all afraid at times we're not enough. You may not be feeling that right now if your life matches your expectations, but that won't last. Something will change in your environment, financially, in a relationship, in business, in the economy, in yourself, in your body, in your emotions, and you won't feel like you're enough. Now, not feeling enough is not that horrible, but it's the deepest fear we have with someone that we really love. It's one of the worst feelings because it leads to the deepest fear, the second fear. We're afraid if we're not enough that we won't be loved. And you thought, now I have to do something to survive, because you know for you to survive, I need someone to put their needs ahead of mine. They got to love me. So now you learn to do something to be enough to be loved. There's a part of you that'll always be fearful. Just don't let it be in charge. And there's a part of you that is bigger than any fear. There is a part of you that is immutable. There is a part of you that is everlasting. It's beyond the mind. It's beyond the body. You might call it soul. You might call it spirit. You might call it essence. When that part of you is activated for something you want to serve bigger than you, there's a different level of emotion. And emotion is the fuel that drives all of this. You have to be willing to feel things you don't want to feel and push through them. Trust that you're ready and put yourself into it, and you will be amazed by what your spirit, soul, and psychology will find a way to make happen when you put yourself on the line. Progress is what makes you feel alive. As long as you find a way to make progress, the game is totally engaging. The game of life, the game of business, the game of relationship, the game of parenting, the game of friendship, the game of spiritual growth. But it requires, very simply, a new standard within yourself. 10 years from now, you will surely arrive. The question is where? The question is who will you be? What will your legacy be even at that stage? What's the magic that changes our life? The right emotions. They're either brakes or accelerators, aren't they? Fear is the brake, and our beliefs are what guide us. So it might be useful to just decide what you're going to begin to believe. Like, everything happens in my life for a reason. Everything is life happening for me, even though it may look like life's happening to me. It's the difference between the manager of circumstances and the creator of an extraordinary life. You get to decide what you want to be. How many of you have a part of you that will not be defeated? How many have a part of you that will not give up? How many got a part of you that will not be denied?